Hey gang. Uh, Welcome to 2026. Yay. Okay, I know I did another video before about, you know, already this month. Um, but something caught me on for this one, and I just have to bring it up. So far, 2026. So what is today's date? January 31st. So we're 31 days into 2026. And guess what? So far, in 31 days, there have been 627 anti-LGBT pieces of legislation that have been put forth and are under consideration. In 1 month, 627. Last year, for the entire 2025 year, there was 1,022 bills that were put forth. Just this 1 month alone, 627 bills. More than half of all of last year in 1 month. Now, granted, I know a lot of you are probably saying, yeah, but how many of them actually go pass and become a law? Well, 6 days ago, no, 6 days ago, no, on January 28th, so 3 days ago in Kansas, they made a little amendment to, the Senate bill in Kansas, Senate Bill number 244, and the GOP controlled Senate, the lawmakers called an emergency action and voted to pass this bill instead of waiting the mandatory 24 hours, instead of getting public input. when the Democrat when the Democratic legislators were out, the GOP legislators passed this bill saying that it's another bathroom bill. It requires people that use government bathrooms, bathrooms that are in government facilities, to use the bathrooms that match their biological sex at birth. Okay, now, yeah, it's another bathroom bill, and yeah, that's in Kansas. It has nothing to do with me here in New York or wherever else. It's in Kansas. Has nothing to do with me. Well, how many times do we have to say that this is just a slippery slope? Okay, they're going after the. If I'm sorry, but if you think about this, it's like, yes, to a point, it's comical because they're shooting themselves in the foot because it's to protect women and girls because they don't want men in dresses in the bathroom. Okay, as I've always said, it's not a transgender issue. If a man is going to put on a dress because he wants to go and grape or do some other kind of illicit, do something illegal to a woman or a girl in the bathroom, that's a man issue. It's not a transgender issue. But now think about this. Okay, I want every single one of you, not now after the video, go onto your phones, go onto the internet, and just type in a search. Transgender man or trans man. You will see muscles, you will see beards, you will see hairy men. Okay? Their biological sex at birth, though, was female. That's going to be sitting in the stall right next to your child, right next to your granddaughter, your daughter. These are the ones that are going to be in locker rooms. I mean, imagine your daughter, your wife, going into a locker room at the gym, and there's this guy with muscles and a beard standing next to her. That's what they want. That's what they want. Sex at birth. That's what they want. I mean, you think about the stupidity of our government, the stupidity of the people that follow our government. Okay, and yeah, I am getting political and I am getting a little a little pissed at this stuff. I mean, come on, the Williams Institute, uh, they just completed a study for last year, 2025. It's called The Impact of 2025 Transgender Legislation on Youth, 13 to 17-year-olds. And they say that over 53% of all transgender youth in this country live in a state that has laws that are restricting their rights. 13 to 17-year-old, 53%. And some of these, it's not just their rights. What right? To gender affirming care. Okay, watch my gender affirming care video. What is gender affirming care? Okay, the moron in the White House wants you to think it's when they go snip, snip, that's gender affirming care. No, sitting with a therapist is gender affirming care. Heart surgery, breast augmentation, that's gender affirming care. So how many women have had their breasts done? That's gender affirming care. How many people have had their nose job, have had a nose job? That's gender affirming care. How many men buy that testosterone supplement on TV that's advertised on TV that, the tagline is, and she'll like it too? That's gender affirming care. Yeah, this is kind of a wake up call for a lot of people. That's what these things are. But these laws restricting gender affirming care, restricting the sports, the whole sports thing. My God, watch my video on the sports thing, and you'll melt your brain. Have pronoun use. Being 13 years old and having your teacher in school call you out. They also have shield laws. What are shield laws? Field laws are put in place to protect the providers and the families, gender affirming care providers. So not just doctors and surgeons, endocrinologists, but therapists and families. That shield laws protect them from, even the families, from civil, criminal, and professional consequences. So in 29 of the states, these things gone, are gone, these laws. I mean, imagine being 13 years old and having to pee, and you don't want to go, and you identify she, her, and you don't want to go into a boy's bathroom because they're going to beat you up, and you can't go into a girl's bathroom, so you got to hold it in. Hold it in until you get home from school. Kids are coming down with kidney infections, bladder infections, because they can't go to the friggin' bathroom. Can't go to the friggin' bathroom. And yes, this happens a lot in southern states. And again, well, it doesn't happen here. Well, it can, because it's growing. 1,022 laws like this in last year, 2025, and just this month alone, 627 were put forth. And you could sit there and say, yeah, again, well, they're put forth, but how many of them actually get enacted? That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter. Because what is the mindset of the people even putting these things out there? This country is sliding so fast. And, you know, those of you that know me, that really know me, I mean, you know that I'm not, a doom and gloom. I'm not, somebody that jumps to conclusions. I mean, come on, just, being a paramedic, you have to sit there and you have to be able to take in a whole lot of different things. And any first responder will tell you when they roll up onto a scene, they're not just running in. Okay? There's something called a 10-second scene survey. Is the scene safe for me? What's going on? Where's my patient? Are there any other things that can happen that can cause problems? Who's around? What's going on? All of these things. So, yes, when I look at something, it takes me time. I have to look at all. This is the way my brain goes. I have to look at all of the spokes in the wheel. Okay? I don't cry wolf. I'm that type of person that cry, that the sky is falling, the sky is falling. I'm not like that. And those of you that know me, that I'm not like that. And I have to tell you that the feeling that I get, the feeling that I have now with the way things are and the way things are continuing to go, like I said, the mindset of the people that are even putting these things out there, these laws out there, it is extremely disturbing. And take this from somebody who I can't tell you, looking back over my career, my 10 plus years of working the streets of New York City, working in places like Bed-Stuy, East New York, Red Hook. I mean, the Wyckoff houses, they had the highest homicide rate in the nation when I was working there. Eh, I mean, this was in the 80s and in the 90s. And I can't tell you how many times, thank God, I praise God for the blessing that my life could have been taken so many times over. I have faced these situations, crawling into overturned vehicles, going into places, you know, gang wars, and having some kid bleeding out on the floor, and having his friend pointing a gun an inch from my face, saying, "Yo, whitey, you ain't touching my friend." I mean, I've been in these situations. I know what it feels like. I back when they were building the World Financial Center in downtown, and it has this big glass dome on top. There's an atrium. When they were building that, one of the workers had a heart attack up on top of the glass dome. I had to ride up myself and my partner on a cherry picker and do full cardiac arrest workup on the scaffolding on this glass. My life could have been taken so many times, and I thank God that I am still here. So please, I know this feeling. I wake up every morning now wondering when am I going to get a knock on the door from somebody wearing God knows what. They say, "I'm a federal agent." No, you're not. No, you're not. I mean, everybody, okay, I'm going to show you something right now. Okay, I'm going to do a quick pop up, and I am going to show you something right now. Here it comes. Does this look familiar? That look familiar to you? Notice on eBay. eBay for $50. $50 I could get one of those carriers. $50 I could get one of those carriers on eBay. Really? And notice also that on the top left, next to the top of the image, it says that there are 11 already carts that have this. A carrier, a military style carrier. Okay? For $50. What? Are these people really federal? I mean, look at the videos. Watch the videos. I challenge you. Watch the videos. Are they wearing uniforms? The majority of them are wearing jeans and hoodies with the masks. And how many of them have these big bellies hanging over is that a federal agent? Hey, no. A licensed police officer, a peace officer, and the police will tell you this. They have identification. They wear a shield, a badge that has their specific identification number on it, no mask on their face, and a patch of where they belong to. These people, some of them say police, some of them say ICE, some of them say God knows what. They could just go and buy patches and put these patches on. I mean, I could probably pull my hair back, put on a hoodie and a mask and a cap, a baseball cap, for $50, buy one of those carriers and blend right in with these guys and start beating people up. I mean, yes, we've seen the we've seen the horrendous acts that they have done. And I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. And you need to do stuff. I'm telling you, because I literally now, those feelings that I had when I faced death, when I went into situations where my life was put on the line. Yeah, when you're running into it, you don't think about it until it hits you afterwards. I have that same feeling every day. Every day. What I want everybody to do a little bit of a little exercise for me. After this video, when it's done, turn it off and sit quietly. And I want you to think about it. How would you feel if your life was being threatened every day that you wake up? Every day that you wake up. I could go out, and it has happened to me, go out and just do my grocery shopping. And some moron from the Red Hat Brigade threatens my life. Come on, do something. If you say, yeah, but what am I going to do? What can I do? You know what you could do? Talk to your legislators. Okay? Write your legislators. Say, if you feel this way, if you vote in any way, you will not have a job anymore. Okay? Because remember, when they start campaigning, it's their job interview. That's their job interview because they are candidates for a job position. And when you vote them in, you gave them their job so they can be fired. And you say, if you do this, I will make the biggest thing on social media and I will make sure that you lose your job. Threaten them if they do this. Go to town hall meetings. Speak out. Speak out because they need to. And I have to tell you, I'm sorry to say, but yes, this is GOP. GOP. If you have a legislator who is Republican, you say if you do any of this, start cleaning up your resume because you will not have this job anymore, and this will be the end of your career. And we will make sure of it because human beings should never be treated like this in this country. In this country, the world is laughing at us. The jokes that you, you look at the DACO conferences and everything that the Mad King was at, and he's talking about Iceland, taking over Iceland, then Iceland, then Iceland, then Iceland. Moron, it's Greenland. Duh. Egg prices are down 400%. Let's take out the calculator. If something costs $10 and it's 50% off, it costs $5. If it's 100% off, guess what? It's free. If it's 400% off, that means that the store owner has to pay you 4 times the amount. Come on. And yet there are people say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, really? I could 400%. That's great. Average like a gas, average gas price is $1.83 a gallon. When was the last time you paid $1.83 a gallon? Come on. If you really, truly are a friend or an ally, you need to speak up. You need to go to family functions, and that moron uncle who always says something stupid, you need to corner him and you need to get right in his face. Say, what the f is wrong with you? This is America. These are human beings. Hey, it's the LGBT. It's all of these people. Yeah, okay. 1930s Germany, it was the Jews. Why? Because it's a small group that doesn't have a whole lot of power. You can help us with that power. And yeah, okay, oh, this was Nazi Germany. Yeah, right. This is. And yeah, I'm riled up about this because again, I I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. One day I may wind up just disappearing, going to being sent to a gulag in El Salvador where I'm going to be raped and tortured thanks to these morons that are running our government, making everything great. Stop it. You need to do stuff. You need to work this. You need to handle it. Okay? So think about it now. Think about it. I'm going to finish this thing off now. I need you to think about it. I need you to think about how does it feel? Seriously, consider in your head that, you know what, tomorrow when I wake up, my life could be in danger. How does that feel? Losing your friends, losing your family. I want you to feel that tense. I want you to feel what I feel now every single day of my life. Okay? I'm not going to say what the LGBT community feels. I'm going to say what I feel. Because if you know me, you know that it takes a lot for me to get to this point. So please, we need to live life gloriously and change this future that we're going into. You know, what future? Look it up. Last in 2024, there was a movie put out. Kristen Dunst starred in it called Civil War. That's us. That's our future. That is our future. I challenge you to watch it and say, wow, so many parallels to what's happening now. That's our future. Hundreds of thousands of Americans are going to die. And at this point, well, again, the Mad King wants something to happen so he can activate the Insurrection Act and cancel all elections. He's already starting to do that. I mean, they started with the gerrymandering and everything like that. All it takes is they just got to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing till it gets to the day before the midterm elections, and all of a sudden he'll be like, "Oh, we're at war. Look at all of this violence. I have to take control of everything." The election. That's what's going to happen, and we will be in it. Watch that movie and think about life. Think about even then what your life will be in a situation like that. Have to. I'm sorry. There's a call to action. Call to action. You have to. You have to. Take it from me. All of these feelings. I want to live a long and happy life, just like everybody else. I think I deserve that. Again, my life could have been taken from me many times over. I just, I need your help now. Okay. Need your help. Go to your legislators. Go to your local organizations. You know, the New York LGBT network here on Long Island. What can I do? Go to your school board meetings. Go to your library board meetings. Go to your local town halls. Take action. Don't sit there and watch the stupid TV. Take action. Because if they come for me in the morning, they may come for you at night. So I'm sorry. I have to do the rant. This is the rant, and these are my feelings. So help me, please. That's all I ask.